look back through the field for the 2014 Cox Plate provides a reminder of why it is rightly regarded as the race of the season. It contained a stellar lineup of elite horses, 11 Group 1 winners among them, and it saw a record-breaking performance from an extraordinary horse.
100 metres to go. It's Faulkner tackled by Adelaide. Charlotte Achiever's coming home well. Adelaide, Faulkner. Adelaide on the outside in front, and Adelaide has won the Cox Plate. From a lineup, Faulkner's there with Cyclans, Fortella, Happy Trails, all in photo finishes.
It's an international victory, and it goes to the powerful Coolmore operation for Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore. This horse who started his life on the racetrack a year ago at Leopardstown on wet ground, winning a maiden, wins his Cox Plate in Australia for Ryan Moore in cracking time, 2:3.76, just 2/10 outside Martin Power's record. That's how hard they went.
Like, we always felt a mile and a quarter on fast ground, fastly run race was his best trip, and just sitting just behind the leaders because he was able to quicken up. It's a trait that's very important in horses, but very few horses have it. Yeah, the unusual thing about him running in the Cox Plate and winning it was, I suppose, he had a very hard, tough season here. He travelled all over the world, and I think he was at a big disadvantage weight for age, for his age down there. So I think it was a very unusual thing that any horse would be able to do it especially after having a season like he had.
Adelaide's Cox Plate win earned him a time form rating bettered by no colt in Australasia through the 2014-15 season. But then Adelaide's talent had never really been called into question. As a 2-year-old, he won his only start.
As they race up now toward the final 150 yards, and it is Adelaide will give Michael Hussey a double and Aidan O'Brien as Adelaide runs out a comfortable winner.
Then in the spring of his 3-year-old season, he announced himself as a potentially elite performer with a dominant win in the Group 3 Gallinule Stakes at the Curragh.
Leads from Boca and Mekong River as they race into the closing stages in the Gallinule, and it's going to be number 13 in this race for Aidan O'Brien as Adelaide wins.
This fella headed the market, Adelaide. He had the form. The question was, would he handle the ground? He could be way, way better on better ground, you know. I mean, he's a son of Galileo out of a Queen Mary winner in El Tal. He could do anything, this fella.
His next success saw him defeat the best 3-year-old turf horses in America in the Group 1 Secretariat Stakes at Arlington Park.
Return for home, it's Adelaide. Adelaide has swooped down in front of Tourist. General Jack between horses, Sheldon Highball. Global View down the center of the course. Divine Oath was outpaced. Adelaide drifts. Coming inside the final half furlong, but keeping on for Ryan Moore. Tourist toward the rail, it's Adelaide. And Adelaide pushed out to win the Secretariat Stakes.
Then when he used to get to the front, he used to do a lot. So there was probably even a lot more in there than we really saw, I would imagine.
And of course, he's a beautifully bred colt, son of Galileo, the most potent sire in the world, with over 45 individual Group 1 winners. Adelaide is bred on a similar cross to that which produced the mighty Frankel.
Obviously, he's by the greatest stallion in the world and the most determined stallion in the world, and he's a great blend. His dam won the Queen Mary, so loads of speed. Listen, that's when Galileo is really at his best, when he gets a fast mare on them, because they have tactical speed and they have that incredible will to win. Very clean, sound wind handling, you know, so he could be a very special stallion. Obviously, as you know, Adelaide is out by Galileo, out of a Royal Ascot winner, and his dam won the Queen Mary, which would be the fastest 2-year-old race in this part of the world. And a filly that can run that fast over 5 furlongs that early has to be very quick. And like, obviously, he's the perfect blend of speed with Galileo, so that's what makes him very special.
His dam, El Tel, was a Group 2 winning 2-year-old over 1,000 metres at Royal Ascot. And just for good measure, each of his first 3 dams are stakes winners, while he hails from the family of prolific speed sire Carson City. Aidan O'Brien was obviously disappointed that Adelaide wasn't to return to Europe for a 4-year-old campaign.
But listen, there's a big void here. Like, he was a horse going to be able to compete in all those big high summer races, you know, like the Prince of Wales, the Eclipse, all those races. But listen, he's going to have hopefully a great stud down in Australia now, great stud career. Listen, the better the race, the more atmosphere around, the faster the ground, the better he was.
Adelaide possesses all the qualities fundamental to the makeup of a truly great racehorse. Now is the chance to be part of his success.
Yesterday, the Cox Plate, what a superstar in the making there. Adelaide made a long, sustained run, which everyone's still talking about.
It was incredible, wasn't it? Got back to last, just looped around the entire field, went around all the horses and went on to win. Richard Friedman was there to see it firsthand at Moonee Valley yesterday. Welcome to you, Richard.
Thank you, Matt. You are the master of the understatement at times, aren't you? You're starting
what have you got me on now?
that they might make a clean sweep of the big 3 races. They're going to have the first 5 favourites.
Well, hopefully the Aussies can win something during the Spring Carnival.
It's starting to become an embarrassment. I mean...
Matt, it was put together by Tom Magner, who was chatting to John Ingham, and they were saying how nice it would be to have a horse that was suitable for that. And Adelaide was identified as the ideal horse because he loved left-handed tracks, or he could handle tight left-handed tracks, loves firm ground. And they then purchased half of the horse, and so the plan was conceived.
And it really has come such a long way in such a short time. The remarkable tale with this is Aidan O'Brien being based at Ballydoyle and really talking with the travelling lad at Werribee every day. I don't know how many times a day, but he trained the horse basically from Ireland.
He did. Look, as you know, Aidan's a very meticulous man, and his staff are the same. So to do this by remote control from Ireland was a remarkable performance by Aidan, but you know, he crosses every T and dots every I, and yeah, those staff carried out his plans to perfection.
James, a mind-blowing performance. This horse, Adelaide, he's really a 3-year-old. He's treated as a 4-year-old in Australia. It's only his 8th start. And to win a Cox Plate in that manner, this must be the most exciting horse Coolmore's ever had in Australia.
Oh, Ronnie, for sure. Look, he's now kind of top of the heap at Ballydoyle as well with the retirement of Australia. But that was some performance, honestly. He giving weight like that to those other 3-year-olds, which I think should be the burning issue. Why in this day and age can we not weight horses according to their actual age?
So yesterday he was weighted as a 4-year-old in our terms when he's really only 3.5.
He was weighted as a 4-year-old, but of course he got a slight concession from the other 4-year-olds, perhaps 1.5 kilos. But, you know, we're into racing internationally now, and horses are coming from all over Japan and Europe and the United States. Why can we not everywhere weight them according to their actual age?
A fantastic training performance and foresight by Gerald Ryan to get this horse back. He's always had confidence in him. I thought he was brilliant yesterday. He'd only had 1 trial leading into that, which is probably all you need for a 1,000-metre race, I suppose, but he'd had a break off the scene, and he was softened up a little by overreach, and absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That was an outstanding performance. Believe me, that was an outstanding performance. He was pressured. The horses around him dropped off. He survived. Gerald was adamant before the race. He's gone into the race a gallop short. The key to these 2 2-year-olds is who can cope. The filly had the easier run. That horse had a gut buster. Some horses can bounce off a gut buster, some can't. He can go home and be a sook for the next, 3 weeks. That might be the end of him, but it might be the making of him as well. We won't know that until Blue Diamond Day. And Adelaide, well, if you weren't in awe of that performance, the horse, not the town.
Got something against the town, have you?
No, nothing.
Right.
But,
it's great exposure for Adelaide, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was fantastic. He has... Look, I can't wait for him next preparation. Just how good he really is.